Just Tony Petrarca just got some new information in on Hermine. He joins us now with your latest and a live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast. Tony?
You know, Mike, what looked like really a straightforward forecast for the holiday weekend has really become complicated now, especially for the Sunday, Monday time frame. Gaston, a hurricane, winds of 105 in the North Atlantic, not a concern. So landmass, the system south of New England may become a minimal tropical storm, but it's heading out to sea as well. Of course, all eyes are on the developing system now in the Gulf of Mexico, and as expected has now become at least tropical storm Hermine, with the winds now coming in at 45 miles per hour, but expected to strengthen over the next 24 to 48 hours, moving northeast at 7. So this area in yellow, the Big Bend of Florida towards the Florida Panhandle, a hurricane watch with anticipation that the storm may reach minimal hurricane status by Friday as it makes landfall Friday evening and Friday night. The anticipated track over the next couple of days. Where it becomes complicated is that the storm continues its track further to the north and east. Now keep in mind, these storms feed on energy from very warm waters. Now the water in the Gulf of Mexico is actually in the upper 80s to lower 90s. So when the center stays out over warm water, the storms get stronger. But when we take a look at the futurecast beyond that, notice that the track of the center of the storm is right now forecast to stay over land until it gets to about the Chesapeake Bay, and then it moves back out over water. We'll watch very closely next couple of days to see whether or not the track shifts back out over the water. If it does, then it would mean a re-intensification of the storm. But here's the forecast track. The yellow represents the cone of uncertainty, meaning the track could be anywhere from as far west as here to as far east as offshore. By the Labor Day weekend, the latter part of it, Sunday and Monday, what's left of it, a minimal tropical storm, is just passing south of our coastal waters. That would certainly agitate the seas, the rip current risk, and certainly bring some rain and wind. Perhaps not hurricane force, but behaving more like a nor'easter, some heavy rain and some gusty wind. And you can see those warm waters up and down the east coast, what we call the Gulf Stream. So again, should the center go back out over water, this would mean a re-intensification. That is something that we'll have to watch closely. If it stays over land, then the weakening process will continue. So by the time it arrives here, it's still a storm in terms of rain and wind and waves, but not nearly as significant had the storm been passing back out over warmer waters. The other thing that we'll keep an eye on are the waves. I mean, no surprise here, these storms are generating large waves. We have computer models that can predict wave heights, and notice the maximum of waves here building Saturday across Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Now watch this maximum of strong waves just offshore now coming into New England by Sunday and Monday. So beaches, big time surf and extreme rip currents are likely come Sunday and Monday, even with the weakening storm system just passing offshore, and then the wave conditions improving by the middle of next week. So we get in real close here. The rip current risk and the high surf will continue, even though it's come down a little bit. These are live pictures down at Narragansett Town Beach. Perhaps the waves are not as big, but these will start to build once again as we get towards Labor Day weekend. In the meantime, still some surf and the moderate risk of rip currents at area beaches coming up for tomorrow. In the meantime, just mainly cloudy in Providence. Temperatures are in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Now on Doppler radar, we're tracking some scattered showers off to our west. So later on this evening into Thursday, some scattered showers moving through. Temperature at 78. Not bad for Friday. Still feel fairly confident that Saturday is still a nice day. But once we get to the Sunday, Monday time frame, you know, the magnitude of any rain and wind remains to be seen. But obviously watching the tropics during this time period, waves and rips will be rather significant both of those days, keeping at least some rain and some wind in the forecast for Sunday and Monday, with temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. The magnitude of that remains to be seen. We're still 4 days out. You know the drill here. A lot can change. So check back with this, but unfortunately this is a significant change from our earlier thinking for the Labor Day weekend.
All right, Tony, thanks. Coming up next.